So I am a premium member, and I was also disappointed for it to be pre-recorded. And I'm
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have like a surfer fun, guy to especially go with Beachcomber. Like that would be a cool pair. You get.
I just like how the weapons clip on the wings, and I do see that Rock Lord in the back there on the left as well.
You're making me puke. Come on, don't make me puke, Bobby. Stop talking about that.
Right. It looks exactly. That's the perfect way to say it. It looks exactly what it's supposed to look like. Hey, what's going on, guys? As always, welcome to the channel. I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And we're back with another round of news. James is still in Orlando. Lucky guy. So we'll go ahead and update you on what's going on. Not a lot of stuff out there, but here's what we have for the week. Or actually for today.
Yes, for the last few days. There's actually some really interesting stuff. It's just dense. So let's start it off with another TFcon, and TFcon Toronto will be July 12th to the 14th of 2024. You can go look it up at tfcon.ca. I didn't see a hotel. It might be up now, but I didn't see one. So let us know if you will be going to that.
I want to go. Don't think I'm going to be able to go.
I don't. This Toronto TFcon is probably off the table, but we'll see about 2025. We'll see how things go. And my toes are crossed right now. You just can't see them. Let's get on to some leaks. I think this is a leak because people have been able to buy the Studio Series Voyager Starscream. I don't think it was officially announced yet, so I'm going to consider it a leak yet. And we also have an in-package scrap heap, which we talked about on a past episode. And both look fine and dandy here. Starscream looks tiny compared to scrap heap, which was a good-sized Voyager and probably the size Voyager should be, if you ask me.
Starscream's like, help! Help! Get me out of
here! He's trying to go over the fence to the deluxe side because he probably should be one. But either which way, they look fine here. Anything you want to talk about the packaging, we'll get into Starscream more in a bit.
I'll be picking up the scrap heap. So
I'm leaning towards it too. I think it looks good. So
what? Wow!
I already have the other ones. It's cheap. I'm not getting all 9 KFC Junkions like you. But that's regardless. Let's look at some Starscream. So here's the back of the box. You can see it actually comes with 2 rather large weapons. So maybe that's how they're justifying the Voyager class, which is pretty cool. The mace, just like Megatron's, he cannot hold it properly from what we see here. He holds it at the very, very tip of the base. And that's not a good way to hold a mace. And he comes with the sniper rifle. What do you think of this alt mode? We'll look at the bot mode on the next slide.
I'm not a fan. I guess I can say maybe a Cybertronian jet, but I like the Tetra.
That's what it is. This is when they were still on Cybertron.
Yeah. But I like the Tetra jets better, so it's I mean, because it still looks more like a Earth mode jet than a Cybertronian jet. It's just more like, we didn't finish transforming him yet. We did the nose cone and the cockpit, but we didn't finish transforming him, and we had to go and put him down. That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah, I see that. I don't think it's a bad design, but it's not my favorite. But this is not my favorite Starscream by any stretch. I didn't like it in the original game, and I don't like it now. This looks... I'm assuming this person bought it in store because there's the box below him and everything. It looks like a prototype.
It looks like a bug.
Remember when we saw those prototypes on sale at Transformerland? If this was in the box, maybe the face is painted. If the face wasn't painted, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's one. With that big, ugly, orange cockpit right there. And I really hate that gun arm.
Yeah.
I think it looked cool when he was holding it like a sniper rifle, but that gun arm, In the game, when then the arms turned into the guns, they've gained mass, so it kind of made sense. You know what I mean? This is losing mass.
It looks like a bug.
So
It looks like somebody like you just grabbed a bug from the that was walking by and held him up, and his legs are dangling a little bit. I mean, the body looks really big, and the arms and legs look really skinny. In proportion, I don't like it.
he's always had those proportions, and I've never liked it with Starscream. I always felt like Starscream and the Seekers in general should be sleek.
Not.
And this is it's a cool design, at least the original one, not this toy, but not for Starscream, in my opinion.
I'm good. I'll be passing on this.
I'm interested to see the size, just because I'm a masochist. I want to see how small this is, so I get mad when I see it's like 4 inches tall.
You just want to vent.
So exactly, which. Stay tuned. I'm sure that'll happen soon. And actually, we are coming up to something I'm going to... a little bit. Anyways, let's talk about what was just announced. They had the Hasbro Pulse Con, which I thought was going to be a live event, but it was pre-recorded. It was only for premium members, but I saw everything already, even though I'm not a premium member. So I don't know what's going on with these, but I am glad we got to see some new things. And we saw Commander Class Magnaboss. So before I go on this, why don't you talk about it for a little bit?
So I am a premium member, and I was also disappointed to be pre-recorded, and I'm a newly-ish premium member. So I don't know if all of them were pre-recorded, but this is the first one I've seen, and I was just like, oh okay, this is great, let's see what's coming out. And they started it off with this monstrosity, and I said, this is terrible.
Oh my god, Bobby, it's totally not up your alley at all.
This is so not up my alley. This is I don't see this as Transformers at all. I see this as maybe Power Rangers, maybe some knockoff of some show that lasted for a season but really only had 6 episodes and they canceled it. I just am not a fan of this at all.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I see what you're saying. This is total 90s Transformers. And when I first saw these images, I liked it. I really like how they were able to take a T-Rex and make it look different from Megatron. I don't know if you see that. They took the pterodactyl and made it look different from pterosaur. And we don't have a plesiosaur. I didn't like the gaps and stuff, but I was like, okay, this is going in the right direction. It is 10 inches tall, so that, fulfills my quota of being too big, and it's not too small like that Magnus. How tall is that thing? I know you have it.
Honestly,
is it like 7-8 inches tall?
No, it's
you never opened it up, did you?
I did open it. I just didn't really think about how big it is, and I haven't put him next to anything. He's actually in alt mode right now. I literally took him out, transformed him, and then packed to go to Orlando. So I hadn't even really done anything with him. Like literally, I don't even think I put the Matrix in his chest or anything like that. So
I don't blame you with that figure. But I do like this because it is something that I never had the original, so I will probably get this regardless. Well, I already put a pre-order in, but I don't like this back. And it looks like he has a gorilla hand on his left hand. And I do not like that. They should have given him a wrist swivel, especially at the price. And I don't like that he has a tail. The tail doesn't turn into a weapon or gun. That is on the original one. But again, I think we talked about this. What's the point of making this if you're not going to improve on it? It looks like they just made the same one with a little bit more articulation, but it still has the gorilla hand, as far as I know. We could get it, and it could have a wrist swivel, but I think it's a gorilla hand, and it doesn't look like they improved on it. Besides, and that neck on that plesiosaur looks worse than the original one, which was just ball joints. But the original one goes for $300, so I will probably end up picking this up.
Somebody would have
I
to
think it
give
looks
me.
better than the Magnus. And here it is showing off its size. That's a Voyager in his hand. This is a big beefy boy. So at least I'll have that, and I'll be able to put this in my universe display.
Somebody would have to give me $300 to take this off their hands. Yeah, this is when I saw it. I mean, I text you and I was like, "This is all you. This whole show was all you."
Yeah, no, well, two of them aren't, only this one. But I think it's cool that we're getting this because this is a figure that was never released in America that's for a very niche audience. I don't think it's a smart move by Hasbro. Gonna be 100%. They should not be making this figure. They should be making, like, I don't know, Commander Class Springer or, you know, something like that that would sell. Maybe Springer's a bad choice because he's not so big. But you get what I'm saying. This probably won't sell out. And I don't blame people. I like it though, enough to pick it up. I already got it pre-ordered. It's only $90. That's not terribly much for a figure this big. I'd love to see Transart do their version though. It would kick this out of the water. And it has a spark crystal. That's another reason why I'm picking it up. I saw the spark crystal on the head and I was like, oh my God, I miss those. Every Transformer should have a spark crystal. So I'll be happy to get this. I just don't trust Hasbro to make good figures anymore. So this is the only Hasbro figure I have on pre-order.
I honestly, it's not all about me. It's not all about G1ers. I get it. I agree with you. This is a figure. To me, this is like when they made the Metroplex. That wasn't the Metroplex.
No, that one made sense because a lot of people wanted that figure.
I mean,
to a lot of people, that is Metroplex. But this, I think this wasn't even released in the US.
I think it's just, again, I just think it's something that is going to, I can't say be a shelf warmer because I doubt we'll see it in stores. But I just think it's going to be something that doesn't sell well. I mean, that
I have to agree. I mean,
I
don't know how they could have done this unless they did like a what is that called? With when you get money.
Market research.
No, not that. They could have done this like the Overlord we're getting. Not Overlord, Desaurus we're getting.
Oh, a HasLab.
HasLab. They could have done a HasLab on this. And I think that would have made more sense. I'm just like, the people like you, Bobby, are not going to be picking this up. The people like me are saying, it looks okay, but the original looks just fine. So it's they didn't improve on it. Anyways, let's move on.
Let us know if you're going to be picking this up. And if so, why? If not, why? You know, I'd love to hear both.
Yeah. Please let us know. And I'm sure a lot of people in the comments from when we talk to people at TFcon are going to just say exactly what you said. But I'm glad it's coming out. I just wish it had a little bit more love injected into it.
I'm happy for the collectors who want it, honestly.
Yeah. So moving on. This is all for you. This is 100% Bobby. No, don't do that. It hit you. You can't. You ain't Matrix dodging this.
You throwing pizza at me. I'm not a Ninja Turtle.
This looks like this looks like something Bobby would love. It has cool see-through weapons. It turns into a boring van, just like Ironhide and Ratchet, you know, but it has a cool little surfboard on top.
I've never watched Stranger Things. Don't judge me. I don't know.
I'm not judging you. Don't worry. I've watched the first season and found it boring.
Yeah, I know. My teenager watched it, I think, and but I don't know anything about it. So I will not be picking this up. This character means nothing to me. The vehicle means nothing to me. The Surfer Boy pizza doesn't mean anything to me. This is a very easy pass, and I do not like transparent weapons.
I think it looks fine.
The rocket is cool. On the shoulder is cool.
Yeah. I think the trans clear and whatever weapons are kind of cool. Because they could kind of be like, you know, holograms that he beats people up with or something. If this was $20, I'd pick it up. How much do you think this is on Target's website?
Probably 35, 30, 37.
$45.
I was like, the first thing that came to mind was $45, and I said, no, it's not going to be.
No, it can't be. Yeah, yeah.
Can't be that.
So
Let me just say, it's not going to be 25. It's not going to be 45. Let's go in the middle somewhere, 37. Yeah.
yeah. So at that price, I'm completely out. I think it'd be cool to have like a surfer, fun, guy to especially go with Beachcomber. Like that would be a cool pair. You get the pizza van. Like that would be cool, but not at $45. I mean, it doesn't even have double jointed knees. Those look like they get 30-degree bend, if not. So, yeah.
Now, watching the pre-recorded show, the packaging is cool as hell.
I thought that's why you would be picking this up. Honestly, when I saw the packaging, I thought you would be snapping this up because you're a sucker for cool packaging.
And honestly, I usually pick up the crossover Transformers, so that's also kind of hard to say no. But what I'm gonna do is wait. I will probably pick this up when it's on sale or something like that.
If it goes on sale, I might pick it up too. Honestly, and I didn't say the name. This is the Transformers X Stranger Things Code Red, which is also a kind of a cool name. But
yeah,
he has no red in him.
Well, they said, I guess from the show, and this is what they said on the Hasbro show today. They said that I guess the characters say Code Red all the time in the show. Again, don't know why, don't know what it means, but that's where the name came from. So, there you have it. I am not happy with this figure either, really.
And and this was and we talked about this in the past, this figure, but I think it was officially revealed today, and we've talked that they were supposed to show off Studio Series in October, and none of it was Studio Series.
None.
So I don't understand that. Maybe things got pushed back.
The portal closed,
but this was again. The last reveal. They did talk about one more thing that we'll talk about in updates, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, not happy.
Next, we have Iron Warrior IW07B Leader DLX, and it's obviously Nemesis Prime from Transformers Prime, and it looks fine for what it is. It doesn't transform, but it looks okay.
That's one.
It looks spot on. What did you say about the sword?
I said that's one hell of a sword.
Oh yeah, it's a great looking sword, honestly. Even if it transformed, I probably wouldn't be picking this up. And I'm sure people are mad because this is not what Nemesis Prime looked like in the show.
I don't even remember seeing him in the show. So
it was a human-built bot, and he was just a darker shaded Optimus Prime.
God, I gotta go back and watch it. I watched Prime, and Prime was actually okay.
It was good.
I don't remember this though, but yeah, this is again the easy pass for me. It looks, I guess it looks like a Prime figure, a Prime character. So I don't remember what it looked like in the show, but it does look like a Prime character.
Yeah, it does. It looks fine. Next, we have DNA Designs. They are doing another upgrade kit, DK47. Who is it, Bobby?
That's your favorite combiner, it looks like.
Oh,
is that the Dinobot?
Predaking?
Is that your Dinobot? Your core class Dinobot?
It kind of looks like the Dinobots, but I think it might be Leo Prime.
I actually have no idea.
Yeah, so it's obviously the Dinobots. But what's funny about that? Oh, and they're doing a giveaway like we talked about before. Go on their Weibo account if you have one. Share this with 3 other people or tag them in it. I think it's 3. It might be 5, and you'll be entered into win one for free. I think that's what this one is, or it was go guess the figure on their Facebook account, or do both and then make sure you're entered into the raffle. But what's funny about this coming out is GQ, I think that's how you say it, also is doing a combiner kit for the Legends class Dinobots. So it comes in 2 kits. One is you get all the pieces that you see here, And the second one only comes with the arms and the missiles, if you see the missiles in the center. So I'm assuming they're selling those both separately, so you can get this 4-armed Volcanicus. And it looks fine. I still think these figures are not good.
I thought this thing looked like it merged with Freezer. Or all the arms.
yes, Novocaine and Freezer.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about DBZ and Frieza, and I was like,
no.
Come again? But
No.
yes, this is Dinobots X Novocaine right here. They took too much Novocaine, just kind of merged together.
I mean, more power to you, James. I mean, that's probably why you tag me on all my sites to tag 3 people, and you just use me 3 times because you want to win this upgrade kit.
I want Goro Volcanicus, but this isn't DNA Designs, so this isn't the same one. This is another company, and I think this company showed it off, and DNA Designs was like, "Crap, let's put ours out," so people don't go buying this one. Yeah. So
yeah, this is
it's definitely a unique interpretation.
It is. Let us know if you have this set again. I mean, not this set, but the Dinobot set, I should say. I know we passed on it. The Slag, I think, was our favorite out of all of them, or the only one that we thought looked.
The Stegosaur.
And Swoop.
Yeah.
But
Swoop was pretty good too, but I think the Stegosaur, I get their names confused, was the best looking one.
Yeah. Slag. Or Snarl, excuse me.
Snarl. I didn't think it was Slag.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
See? You're tripping me up.
Yeah, Slag. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart there. But yeah. This not gonna make it in my collection either. But I think you need
next we have another. Well, we'll see. Once you send them to me with a check for $100. Next, let's talk about a pretty cool upgrade set, and that is Go Better or Little Guao Workbench, and they're doing like health and ammo bars for Optimus Prime. So when he's on the shelf, it has like, the bars above him like he does in the video game, which is actually pretty cool. And you could change the amount of health and life he has. If I had this figure, I would be getting this. This is just cool. It's a cool little accessory.
I actually think this is a cute accessory as well. It's very different. I mean, I would have never thought about this, so that's really cool. That's what I gotta say about it. And I know how much you love that figure as well. So
it has Ultra Magnus syndrome for sure. Let's move on to some updates, and let's finish off what was shown off today. And we've got Silverbolt. It looks better, but just like Magnaboss, it looks like the original figure with a little bit of tweaks here and there. The wings also look way too small. So I'm gonna get trans arts. Maybe. I really don't need a silver / gray Silverbolt, but bring on the purple one, bring on the Wind Racer, because you know me, I'm the repaint guy. I'll pick those up in a heartbeat. But the normal Silverbolt colors, I just don't need one in my collection. So we'll see.
I've already talked about this ad nauseum about how I don't like this figure. What I did like, and it's probably something that was there and I just never paid attention, I just like how the weapons clip on the wings. I thought that was pretty cool. That's about the only thing I like on this figure.
Did you have the original one?
No.
So those swords are actually firing missiles in the original one. So it's hard to find them complete because the missiles go everywhere.
Honestly, wait a minute. No, I don't think I had this. No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
I thought I did for a second, but no.
It looks better, but I'm still out. So let's talk about what's next. And we have the Takara Tomy Beast Wars again, BWVS 03 Cheetor versus Waspinator. They look better than the original ones. But I don't think either of us need this, right?
I don't need it. And I think this is almost, I don't know. It's like I'm happy to see these figures get re-released. I'm happy to see them upgraded a little bit, but I just think that they're not doing anything to make me open my wallet for figures. I want to, but there's nothing that's happening right now that's making me say I need that. I have to go get that, and that part I'm a little upset about. It's
Yes.
saddened. I'm saddened about.
Yeah, because we want Hasbro to be like good. We want that's what I want to be my main flow of figures, and it's just not it anymore. I will say these look a lot better than their original releases, but I think their selling point is this packaging. This is really cool. I know you are out, but I remember being a kid seeing the Japanese Transformers packaging online like a decade after they already came out, and I loved them. And this is no different. This looks really cool. If I was in Japan, I'd probably be picking all these up because it would remind me of my childhood. But I'm not, so I'm not going to pick it up.
Yeah, again, if I didn't have it, I'd pick it up. And with any of these, I'd probably pick it up. But it's just like I don't like the figures enough to go in and buy duplicates of them.
Now, I will say these figures are probably 10 times better than anything we're getting now in Legacy. They're great figures. If you don't have them, pick them up. I really enjoyed the whole Beast Wars line. I don't think one of them is bad. Some of them are better than others, but I think they really hit their stride with this. And I don't know if they changed designers, but it's not looking so hot.
Yeah.
Or budget cuts. It could be budget cuts too.
Well, and with this, as you know, I always want to make sure we mention it's not bashing here. You know, if we didn't have these figures already, we would pick them up. It's just that we already have them, and so it's not making me want to say, "Oh, I need to go buy it again." And even though I do that with the G1 re-releases that are coming out, that is what I grew up with, and I love those figures. These are more so like, oh, these are cool. I'll go ahead and grab them. Not, I love them as well, so I'm gonna grab 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, and I'm not bashing the figures per se. I'm bashing Hasbro because of their bad QC recently. Yeah, let's move on. So MCM London Comic Con 2023, there was a Hasbro booth. I picked a few things to talk about. First, we have Thundertron and Animated Prime. I know you are so excited for that Animated Prime. It is everything you've ever wanted in a Prime with the axe, the mouth, and everything. So when are you going to be picking it up?
I will be picking up the box to move it to the side when I see it in stores if there's something behind it that I want.
Good one. Yeah, I think it looks fine. It just looks small, and we already talked about it where I had the 3 primes, remember, lined up, and you could see that the proportions are wonky on this one. But now that Thundertron, I knew that one had your attention, I guess I should say.
Well, I think that I'm going to try to pick up a Hasbro figure a month because I still want to be tied to the brand, and this may be the one I pick up.
It doesn't look bad. I just don't like the big shoulder pads. And I like the see-through blue. I remember the designer saying, "Oh, we're not going to use the see-through blue. It was too much." And I'm like, that looked cool, but I'll probably be skipping on him as well.
Yeah, I want to skip it, but again, I don't know how many more figures. I'm going to do one a month.
I don't have that same conviction as you. So next we do have Tigerhawk, and I got to say this figure's growing on me a little bit. I think it looks much better than the other 2. I really like the gold accents. The purple looks nice. I like that the wings, you know, the weapons and all that. If I see this one in stores, I might pick it up, honestly. I'm not going to pre-order it, but if I see it in stores, I might pick it up. It looks better than I originally thought.
My one Hasbro figure a month does not include me making pre-orders for it. So if I see it in the store, I may or may not pick it up.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm seeing that Windblade in the back there. I don't know if that's coming up.
No, they didn't have pictures of that Windblade, and I don't want to see that thing again. That is the worst figure in the line. of this whole line.
Yeah,
This wave, let me say.
And I do see that Rock Lord in the back there on the left as well.
You're making me puke. Come on, don't make me puke, Bobby. Stop talking about that.
I think you got a hairball in there.
Yeah, and it has Hasbro written across it.
Yeah, so
there was also Chase and the animated Bumblebee, and I know you really like that Bumblebee. Especially, it's now that you are a Legends collector, you cannot wait to get that Bumblebee that's 2 inches tall.
Move along.
All right. Perfect timing. We've got Iron Factory EX35 Beta. I do love how they put Beta instead of B. And this is Jumin. Oh, God, you're going to do this to me. Zizi Wang. And this is obviously one of the members of the DJDD. I can't remember the exact one. And in Tarn colors. So I don't particularly like that it's in Tarn colors. I wish it was just in the normal colors, which they did come out with as well. So it's not a knock. But I think this thing looks fine. It looks pretty accurate to the comic material. I know you don't know what it is, but he's a big smelter and he tortures other Decepticons. So he grabs them with the arms and puts it in his chest to melt them until, they either say what you want them to or, they're dead, which is a cool design. So, I also got my electric chair transformer out of this group, so I'll always be partial to them. I know you just cannot wait to get your hands on this thing now that you are a Legends collector and you love the comics. I think you picked one up recently, so you're just the biggest fan of those comics.
I did just pick up I actually bought my first comic at TFcon, or while we're down at TFcon, excuse me, and I haven't opened it or read it yet, and I don't know if I will. But it's just something. It's from the new series, so I have issue 1, and eventually I'll either get to it or I'll collect them all, and would not have read any of them. I don't know which way it's going to be, but wish me luck. But with that said, I will not be looking at this. I am not a Legends collector. I am a Legends choosier picker upper of figures.
Whatever makes you sleep at night.
That's what I will do, but this is not one that I will be picking up. I have no connection.
And it does combine with the other ones to make Super Tarn.
Yeah, that doesn't look bad there. That actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, so I don't like it only because they just redeckled all these people so you could have a big Tarn on your shelf. But this is, I don't know, Combiner Tarn. It doesn't really make sense. But it is what it is. I do like that they gave it the Megatron Origins head. So I know you didn't read Megatron Origins, but when he takes off his... So you know how Megatron has a helmet. Yep. He takes off that helmet and he has these fins that come up, and it's an ornately gold paint all over him. And it really brings characterization to Megatron that I wish we could still have, instead of him being a tyrant. And that was actually, it was cool to see that he had a little bit of personality. But yeah, I'll wait to see this in your collection.
No.
As well as this. So this is Fans Hobbies MX-22 Naval Commander. It looks good.
I'm I have
you're gonna pick it up.
I mean, I have a pre-order in for the Jetfire. I still don't like the Jetfire. The combined mode looks good. Looks better than what I thought it was gonna, and I probably will pick it up. I'm just not happy about it.
It looks fine.
Yeah,
I don't have much to say. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like what it should look like.
Right. It looks exactly. That's the perfect way to say it. It looks exactly what it's supposed to look like, and that doesn't mean it's good or great. It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to some incoming things, and I think you're gonna be going out on Shozi and picking this up. It's the right price. It's only $40, and it's a really cool Legends figure. So this is Magic Square's MSB43A Shadow Master metallic version. So this is the metallic version of Mirage. When should we expect you to get this as the resident Legends choosy collector thingy?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get this.
It's only $40.
It is.
You
only
said you were
40.
going to take some of that Hasbro money and put it into Legends.
And honestly, I have, and I did. I actually got my Sandstorm in, so I may or may not pick it up. I don't know yet. I just picked up a Mirage from TFcon, a version of Mirage, and it broke into like 1,000 pieces. So I feel like I need to get a Mirage because of that. I'm just not sure if this is going to be the one I get.
That makes sense. So we'll see if he gets this in his collection. And I wanted to bring attention to this. So this is the MMC Armada Megatron. It is on Show Z for $130.
And this was the TFcon.
This is the TFcon exclusive. Yes. So honestly, at that price, it's looking a lot more like I want to pick it up. I can't think of words right now. It's late and I'm tired.
It is late.
So I'm thinking about picking this up. I showed it to my wife. She's like, "Oh, I like the colors. I think that looks nice." And I'm like, $130. I can probably do that. It was like $160, I think, at TFcon, which blows my mind that it's more expensive to the convention that it's exclusive to. It blows my mind. Same thing with the Red Wing. Was it Red? Yeah, Red Wing. And I'm sure it'll be the same thing with Slipstream when the final price gets revealed as well. But I might be picking this up. What do you have to say about those prices, Bobby?
I mean, I have it. I picked it up. I like the figure. I know you were out because you didn't like the blue in there. I actually like the blue in there. Me and your wife, that's why we get along so well, because we're on the same page with a lot of things. We both like you. So, I mean, so, I think it's a good figure.
Yeah.
I like the transformation on it. I like how it cleaned up. So I think it's a good pickup. I think you should pick it up. Now,
yeah, I have the Tarn, so I like it.
Yeah, am I mad that it's cheaper than what I paid for it? Yeah, I mean, it's been 4 or 5 months since I picked it up, I guess. So
yeah, it's not like that Red Wing that was a week later. And at least this one didn't say quantity of 300. They just said exclusive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I am still upset about that.
We need to do a video on that alone. I just wish the blue was a shade darker. I think that's all I wish on this figure. It was a shade darker. I think that would have looked better.
I can see that, but I like it, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's a nice color.
So we'll see if I pick this up next month, because it sure as hell ain't happening this month. And let's talk about what has been recently released. So this made me think of Freakenstein. We were on his show, as well as the Children of Primus. Go watch those if you haven't, on his channel. And he was talking about how hard it was to pick one of these up. He never saw it. So now they are out in Canada. This is the buzzworthy Bumblebee Optimus Prime, number 102. So hopefully he's able to get his hands on one of these if he hasn't already, because I think he did want it. I don't think you'd be talking about not seeing it if you didn't want it. And I'm sorry, man, if I would have known you wanted this, I would have picked one up for you a long time ago.
Yeah, because we have been seeing them. I've been seeing them as well. And it's literally been one of those things where I'm like, excuse me, what's behind you?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So we'll see. Hopefully he gets one soon.
Yeah.
And Freakenstein, let us know. And next we have Fans Toys Diverge. So this is in stock at Toy Dojo. So I'm assuming it's going to be in stock everywhere soon. How excited are you for this figure?
I wouldn't say that I'm excited for it. I do have it coming my way pretty soon. I actually just paid the balance on it, so I'm looking forward to it coming. I love how they changed the transformation on this one versus the gears, which is really cool since they look the same in alt mode. So I'm happy to be getting this. If we can just get those last couple of combiners to come through, that would really make me happy. I know that's not till end of next year, supposedly. But I'm always happy to get a new Fans Toys figure.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna do this now. Knock on wood that its arms don't fall off.
Look, don't jinx me for.
I did it. I just knocked again. So,
because I will not that the figures have problems. I get the figures that have problems. So that's what that meant.
Yes. So that's everything we have for you today. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Let us know if we missed anything as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. This was a shorter news cycle, so as always, please like, subscribe, share, click that bell, and you'll find out about all the notifications of us coming to you. We do have some more stuff coming from TFcon, as James has been having his life full of adventures at Disney World, and you will be home in a couple of days, I take it, and
that's when I'm gonna go into the lab and get all those new creations out to you guys.
Yes. So, did I miss anything this time?
No, I think you're good. I already said comment, so we will talk to you guys very, very soon.
All right. As always, till all debates are won.